Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the open book. This is your host, Lakeisha. I hope everyone is having a happy Sunday. I had to end the last live. Y'all, I don't know what's going on with through my phone, going through YouTube directly. Y'all are not able to hear me. And I even tried it on the road the other day. And I tried it like two times. And no one couldn't hear me. So now I have to go through StreamYard. I hate going through StreamYard on the cell phone, but we're gonna make it do what it do. I am on my way to church, so I decided to go live for a little bit. Make sure y'all tap that like button. Let everyone know we are live. Good morning, happy Sunday. Thank y'all for tapping back in. My apologies. Because I don't know why it's doing that all of a sudden because it didn't used to do that. Um, let's see who we have here. Hey, Robin, good morning. Thank you for joining again and for being first in the building because I was talking to y'all and everything. So shout out to Gretchen for telling me that there was no sound. I was like, wait a minute. Hey, D, good morning. Natasha is in the building. Hey, Tabany, SG, honey, 5KG. Okay, Tasha, welcome again. Hey, Derica, got him. Okay. Hey, Saida, Lametrius, Angela. Come on in, y'all. Lakeisha, Becca, welcome. Shout out to Dr. Graves for being a member for 1 month. I appreciate that support. She said, good morning, open book and chat, heading to watch service. Okay. Thank you so much, sis. And thank you for tapping in on this. Hold on one second. Okay. Hey, Tasha. Good morning. So, y'all, I'm not gonna be on here long. I'm gonna come live later where I can sit on my laptop and talk. But I was thinking about some things this morning pertaining to some of the recent documents that have been shared on social media regarding the case. Okay, these are public documents. Now, like I told y'all, we were talking about this on live yesterday. If y'all did not watch that live yesterday, make sure y'all tap in. But there are a few things regarding some of the statements that Carlos made in that particular document, those court documents. And remember, I said, if you let people talk, just let them talk, okay? Then they will eventually tell on themselves. Okay, now y'all, we can't get too happy. Like, this ain't got nothing to do with him being locked up. Okay. However, we done caught him up in some words. Okay, and some other stuff that I'm gonna bring to y'all's attention. Okay. Now, in this document, y'all, we said yesterday that those police officers have on body cameras. Okay, they have the little Axum little body cameras. Now, when Romeca was on the ground there, okay, I want y'all to think this through with me, okay? You're live because everyone been live. I'm still catching up. Yes, Black Parents, this is live. And I said, you know what? I hope that the officer's body cam is on, okay? That's right when all of this happened. Now, remember that during that time, he was doing a lot of explaining, and it appeared as though he was telling the officers about somebody else doing that, okay, on the live in Romeca. He wasn't pointing out Holly during that situation, okay, when it first happened. He's standing against the car. And then, good morning, welcome, Philly Girl Juice, Venetia. Thank y'all for coming on back in. I had some technical difficulties on the other live. Now, he was not pointing out how during that time, okay? He was telling them some type of narrative during that time. And I said that I hope that they caught that on camera, whatever he was telling them during that time, okay? Now, because they started looking around, and you weren't on there yesterday, make sure y'all tap back into that because I showed the video of when the officers were looking around when he was talking, like they looking for somebody. When the somebody was standing to his left, okay? It wasn't until the witnesses started pointing out that this is the one who shot Romeca. Now, during that particular body cam footage, they're going to have one story right there. Now, according to the new court documents that have been released 2 hours later, okay, he then tells the police officers that Romeca uh, had punched Holly, and she was, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't have it right in front of me, and basically Romeca was an aggressor. And now this is a narc statement for you. This is how you know that this statement came from him, because she had gotten so devastated that there was another woman in the picture. What? You want these women to fight over you so bad, okay? Until you didn't put that in a statement? Why would Romeca be trying to fight over you when she had moved on to somebody else? You didn't even have her phone number. You didn't have where she lived. You were allegedly trying to pay people to get her new address. Oh, but she supposedly had seen you and Holly that day and got so devastated in the moment that, oh, I want to just go ahead and fight this girl. Okay, and then y'all in the statement also said, and Holly was like, please leave me alone. So you done went from, oh, please leave me alone. Oh my gosh, I have to go into this car and I have to get a weapon because she's mad at me because I'm his new woman. Child, we already know where that narrative came from. We already know where that narrative came from. And that part, I don't even know why you were even able to put that into the court documents and in the witness statement. Because another reason that you know some of this is all mixed up. Y'all, I'm driving in case I missed some of y'all's comments, but welcome everyone just coming in. Okay, notice y'all, there's some information that's missing. Okay, in that. At what point are they going to add into those court documents the fact that he was holding Romeca? When is he going to tell on himself that at some point he had his arm around her neck, choking her to the point in the autopsy we could cross-reference that she had marks on her neck and it caused her thyroid to swell? When is that information going to be added to any one of these, whether it's a police report, whether it's a court document, because we don't see anything. So you got the narrative he's given right there in front of the police officers when Romeca is on the ground. You have the police report of a witness given that all of this took place in front of his place. Well, where did that information disappear to? Because that was another lie. Okay, and then you had to wait 2 hours later to say that Romeca allegedly swung on Holly. Well, why wasn't that all in the beginning when we saw you just standing there? Okay, and little Miss, oh, this was so tragic, and she was so scared. Child, we didn't see none of that. Okay, when you were just standing there, you just said you had a license to carry and you had a restraining order. All of this, you were in fear, okay, and all how the court document is making it look, it did not come across on the actual video proof. I was getting upset because I'm like, y'all, this was all a part of the plan. Now we see why. Okay, his friends said they tricked them into coming back to give another statement. If we sit back and just watch, y'all, all of this is about to come out because they see the contradicting statements. If he gave one statement, okay, when you are on probably recorded video, those police cameras must was on because they have it in the court document. 2 hours later, the other officers had theirs on, and they put that statement into the court document. So what did he say in front of the other cops? Okay, who was giving all these witness statements? The police. Okay, the autopsy report. But yet, in none of those statements do we see, and the baby's dad, Mr. Smith, was restraining and holding Romeca Blackman in a chokehold. Okay, because see, Holly's lawyer She's doing her thing. Okay, she's doing what she getting paid to do, and that's to defend Holly, right? Okay. Now, eventually, he gonna be out here, and they definitely gonna be looking to take him down. Okay, with all these contradicting statements, then you're all on social media, y'all. It is a matter of time when he is going down. Okay, because when if I saw those, just that little part before I fell asleep, I said, no, wait a second. Now we see where the baby comment was also coming from. Remember when it changed? We were like, no, wait, y'all. Nobody was bringing up the baby in the beginning. Okay, remember when all of this had first came out? We didn't hear anything about the baby in the car, and Romeca was trying to come after the baby and all of that. So at one point, remember, we weren't even hearing anything about the baby. Then things took a shift. There was a statement by a witness from Nigel Hall, and they started talking more about the baby. Quadre came out. He started talking about the baby. Holly had to protect herself and her baby. Now we see where these things were being fed from. The witness. See, now we can start putting some more puzzle pieces together. It's all starting to line up. Now, this takes nothing away from what Holly did. Okay. However, all of the lies are being put onto paperwork. Hey, Brandy, good morning. Welcome. Right, Gretchen, she said that they're waiting to get him. Yes. We're starting to see, because remember, Quadre said he was fed information. He was being given videos and things to put out. Now, we already know that didn't make it right. Okay. But this also clarifies where some of this information was coming from, because now it's in an official court document. Some of the stories that we're hearing about the baby, nobody was thinking about the baby when she was shooting across the car. I've already said that. Or, okay, let's just say this. Let's just say, hey, open book, you're wrong. She was trying to defend herself and her baby. That's why she had to shoot across that car. Okay, I'll give y'all that. I'll give you that one. However, did she consider the baby when she put the weapon back into the car with a live round in it? Did she consider the baby when all of this traumatic events, shooting, arguing, and afterwards, did she even go pick up the baby? Did she get the baby out the car? Was she holding and comforting the baby? Okay, so we're still trying to figure out, how did all of this come into play? How did she get so much blood on her hands? When is that part going to be added to the court documents? How did he get so much blood on his hands? When is that part going to be added to the court documents? We're still waiting to see that part, because he's purposely leaving himself out. He's not the only witness. There were other witness statements. Where's that part? Where's that part? Okay, because it seems like the main part on paper is coming from him. So he's trying to cover himself, and it's going to come a point when Holly and her lawyers, they're like, look, okay, we're trying to get you up out of here. We're trying to get, but what about my man? Okay, is she going to try to tell on her man? Because we already see some inconsistencies, and I can say this. If we're seeing it, they saw it, which is why they probably called them back in to finish that out. Statement. Let's see. Vince said, I think they're trying to let Carlos tell on himself like they did. Yes. I believe that. Let's see here. Kia said, her saying that a witness saw them arguing between Lowe's should automatically disregard her TPO because she's supposed to not engage with Romeca at all. Lock her up. Okay. Philly Girl Juice said if that's the case, Holly would have bruises. Okay. Thank you. Okay. It would have been documented. Thank you. You would have had some type of bruises on you. Oh, y'all said that Romeca had hands that were like weapons. Y'all said Romeca knew how to fight. So you mean to tell me she landed a punch and she didn't nothing on her face? She wasn't holding her face. Hair still intact. Okay, we need some evidence. We need some pictures that the police took as some type of exhibit before we believe that. Okay, you refuse treatment. You refuse to go to the hospital. Okay, so if that happened, at what point? Was it before or after he was holding Romeca? See, we keep leaving that part out. So we need some added details. At what point did you hold her? Let's see. They were shown looking around until that woman said it was her. Yes, that's what I'm saying. They didn't know it was Holly at first. Holly said it in a way, oh, I got a license to carry. That police officer was kneeling on the ground right in front, y'all. It did not even say, oh, tell his fellow officer, she's saying it's her. He didn't hear her. It was so many people out there talking, so much commotion. Thank you, Terry. This live is for education and entertainment purposes only and is covered under the Fair Use Act. Information shared is alleged in our opinions as we react to various topics and people. Thank you, Terry. If Romeca punched her, we would know it because Holly would for sure have accepted medical care. Okay, medical care because she would have visible marks. Right. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Gretchen said that's why Carlos was talking to the police officers in the crime scene. So the truth is going to come out. She was so much in fear, she had to walk up on her and keep shooting. Come on now, Gretchen, clock that. Clock that, girl. In fear, child. If I was so in fear, Romeca was this huge threat, child. I would have been. Y'all know how on those movies when they have those guns and they're shooting, but they backing up and shooting, child. You should have been retreating and shooting all. Girl, if you were that scared. Okay, she didn't even have a weapon. But you just felt so in fear, so scared. Okay. Brandy said, I'm sure more info from the state will be released depending on how the case hearing goes on the 7th. State released only a limited amount of evidence to get Holly arrested on unaliving charges. Yes, I agree. Hey, I am that somebody. She said Holly was standing there talking on the phone, trying to blend in. Right. Like she didn't just pow someone in cold blood. If she wasn't guilty, she would have come forward when the police came. Exactly. Because thank you for bringing that up. I am that somebody. The thing of it is, y'all, look at how much time. See, I'm so glad we have that video. Look at how much time the police officers were helping Romeca on the ground. Now this is just in the snippet that we have. Okay, check this out. How much time were they there before she even said something? That's not included when they finally recognized that it was her. Now she saw they didn't hear her. Girl, you should have said it a little louder, or you should have walked over there and told them as they were walking up, hey, it's me. I'm the one that did it. But you stood back hoping that you could disappear and sink up under that car, okay, before they recognized that it was you. If it was not, the witnesses saying it's her, because see, Carlos kept trying to shut them down. Okay, be quiet, be quiet. He kept trying to shut them down. Okay, but eventually the black officer, she did hear them, and that's when, because he had them looking around like the person had fled the scene. See, they were probably gonna go with that at first, but those witnesses had just spoken up, and now here we go, girl. You better go with that self-defense claim we were talking about. Okay, they were probably gonna say Romeca got shot. They were out there talking, and somebody that came by and shot her, and they took off. Because them officers were looking around like, well, where is the person? Okay. They were probably going to go with that. That didn't work. Plan B. It's self-defense. Okay. You better go with that one. It's self-defense. She forgot to act fearful. She forgot to say she was coming after me. I had to protect my baby. She left the baby in the car. The people more concerned, the guy, the witness, that was the guy, he up there talking about her baby in the car and stuff. She's like, "That's my baby." Okay, girl, they were more concerned than you. But yet and still, we're putting all of that information into a court document. Make that make sense. And then have the live round. When is that part going to be added? The live round was in the car with the baby? Missed that part. See, I ain't read through the whole thing. Okay. Let's see. A content creator just got hit with prophecy strike. Prophecy. Oh yeah, I used to react to somebody and they used to hit me with it. I know how that feels, child. Hollywood have had different colors in her face. Did she take the time to cover it with makeup? Not cover it with makeup. Hey, Dreamy girl. Hey, sis. Good morning. Girl, I forgot to send a message again. I'm so sorry, but thank you for taking it. True Blessing said Holly is a demon and she would not beat this at all. Carlos will be next. Come on now. I'm telling y'all. He done when they put that out, y'all, that is even more evidence of who is behind a lot of these lies that are spreading and a lot of the narratives that have been put out. We already see. Got them. We already see now. We see now where all of these narratives are coming from. It's a matter of time. And they saw right through that. Though their stories are not lining up. Okay, that's why I said he should have been taken and been arrested too, along with her. If they would have put them in two separate rooms, they would have got so many, and they probably know now, so many inconsistent statements on top of the podcast footage. Okay, you got that. On top of the multiple statements that police officers have caught on their body cam footage. Like, you're not being honest. You're not telling the full story. That's the part. Like, if you're going to tell it all. If you're trying to make Romeca see, and this is the hard part. Now, we would hear Romeca say in a lot of those videos, "Why are you always lying?" We caught it even recently on the other video where he was seeing Romeca was blocking him in. See, he's not going to show all of that on those videos. He was showing Romeca all upset, holding this wood thing, which she could have been using to protect herself in the moment. Okay, she didn't have that wood the day up. Okay, but even then, you were lying, saying that she was blocking you in. Even on this court document, now we see there is a part that says that Romeca was blocking Holly in. That is not true. So why are we putting lies on court documents? That wasn't true. You can look at the video and tell that she was not blocking her in. Romeca is not here to speak up and tell you that you lied. But we are. We're here to speak up and say you lied. Like, be honest. If you're gonna tell the full story, tell the full story the right way. It's not fair that you have a person that has been accustomed to lying, allegedly, according to Romeca, and now it's just your statements that they mainly using on paper. You're not gonna tell on yourself. I don't see that's happening. I don't see that you're telling on yourself. That yeah, I was holding her in that moment. I had her in a chokehold in that moment. You're not telling that part. Okay? Carlos and all them dummies should have kept their mouth shut. Let's see here. Let me read some of y'all comments. I'm behind in the chat, y'all, trying to drive. I'm trying to be safe this morning and remember everything I'm trying to say. Look, I ain't got no paper in front of me. I'm going on the thoughts that I had this morning as I was looking at some of this stuff and thinking this through. It's not fair. If you want to see your child. Okay, you want to see your child, all of this, right? Okay, look, you should want justice for your child's mother. You need to be upfront and tell it all these different narratives, it's time out for it. Okay, just tell the truth for once in your life. Tell the truth. Because this about, oh, she was mad at Holly because she realized there was another woman in the picture. Well, how long did she know that it was Holly was in the picture? Why all of a sudden that day it bothered her so much that that's in a court document? Oh, that was the day it just, oh, the reality. Oh my gosh, she's in my face now. I just cannot believe you're with my baby's father. I'm so distraught. I just feel like fighting you. Like what? She could have done that all weekend. She knew they were there and things like that. Romeca wouldn't have had her child around that woman. Okay, if she had such a problem. So why is that in the document as that day it was such a problem? If it had not been a problem before. Like that's all we're trying to understand. Like make it make sense. It's not making sense. She never even checked on the baby. Right. Okay. Hey, Catherine. Holly and Carlos ain't thinking about their kids. They were so consumed for hatred for Romeca. Right. I'm telling y'all. Hey, Nina. Let me kind of get to the bottom. Okay. Hey, Cheryl. Tanya said it's a delusional. The witness heard everything with headphones on. The witness heard everything with headphones on. Lord, I don't even know. Carlos forgetting about the security guard. Gretchen, clock it. So he forgot about that statement. So when are their statements going to be on paper? When is the security guard that witnessed some things across the street? When are we going to put that part in? I'm waiting to hear. I want to hear all of it, the witness statements. Okay, we can't just use one. We need a collective. Oh, so Romeca had made the U-turn, and we heard a skirt. Like I'm ready to hear that part. Every time that man makes the sound, y'all, I'm sorry. Yeah, I get tickled. It's the way he says it, and he reminds me of an actor. I don't know who he reminds me of, but when he makes the little sound, that skirt, it just makes me laugh every time. When we gonna hear see the script sound in the court documents? Okay, why did Romeca have to stop so hard that her car made that sound? Okay, see, we're leaving out valuable information. Let's be fair. Let's put it all in there. Okay, let's put it all, because it's not fair that a person gets to make up all these different stories that are not consistent whatsoever. That's why I say let them keep talking. They are telling on themselves. More and more lies come out, and now we see where certain things have been coming from. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, so did not even call the police. Right, exactly. I'm still stuck on how you gonna use a restraining order and you was walking distance of her son's school. I'm lost. That part. We still don't know what happened with that. We're still waiting to hear about that part. The defense is not going to use any information that will be detrimental towards Holly. No, they're not. They're not. I'm saying that in a rhetorical way, because baby, we just waiting to see all of it. Okay, that we just want to make sure all of it is put in there. Okay, let's put it all in there. The security guard seen them arguing. Right, we ain't heard nothing about that. Hey Megan, justice for Romeca. Yes. Good morning, Simply Neat. Hey Latte, good morning. I'm trying to catch up, y'all. Hi, Miss Lady. Tanya said yes. That's the new thing going around. Oh, really? Girl, Tanya, girl. For one, I've been watching Christmas movies, relaxing my mind, going to bed early. I'm trying to take advantage of this vacation as much as possible. I've been finding myself going to sleep a little earlier. So some stuff I have been missing. I did catch a little of this last night, and it made me mad. I was going to go live last night, but I said, no, I'm going to just wait, to go live about this, because it was, oh my gosh, it was too much. Joseph, turn it down. They will be more than likely be surprise witnesses. I'm sure that all this will be exposed in court. Right. I'm hoping. That's what we waiting on. We waiting to see all of this information. As of right now, though, we're seeing some of the information, though, that has not been consistent. Okay. And also is letting us know even further who was putting out certain information, certain narratives. Okay. And then we know where that came from about Romeca was fighting over a man. Okay, child bow. You wanted that to be the case. You wanted that to be the case so bad that she would fight over you. That's such a narc statement. Okay, she was not trying to fight over you. For what? Child, stop. Romeca was on a getaway with her man, right? And he even admitted that. Remember, Namaya, he even said that on his live. And then he even tried to insert himself on that part. And I told her that if she needed anything to get with me, why she need something with her new man from you? She don't need nothing from you. I don't believe that part either. I don't believe nothing that man says. Now, if you could come out with something we can prove, and come on. But other than that, all these lies upon lies upon lies, everything is going to be put out to make you look good, to make you look like the victim. All of that. We already know how that works. Okay, I love she made that post saying she got her rocks off. Something like that. I missed that part. Hi, Miss C Lane. Believing the state has done witness statements. Yes, that's why I can never be a lawyer, not defending an unaliver. I know that's right. We will just wait to see what will happen in court because it's not looking good for Holly. The stuff that was done is not going to work. I bet she don't be laughing in the next court date. And that is January the 7th at 11 a.m. Central. The mess we're seeing on paperwork is what the attorney picked out herself. And that I wouldn't have picked those parts. I mean, I would have went with something else, child. Some concrete evidence. A lot of that stuff sounds like some opinions. You can't prove it. Okay, where can we find that? Where can we prove that Romeca did that? Where can we prove it? Do you have some video footage of her hitting her? Okay, because I wouldn't have went with that because that has never been in another statement. Okay. And Holly, did she even say that in the beginning? See, that's something to think about too. What did Holly say happened? Where is that statement? In the beginning, when all of this happened, y'all, if I missed it, y'all let me know. Excuse me. If I missed it, y'all let me know. I'm waiting to see what was the complete story from Holly. Now, see, this paperwork looked like it was from the witness, right? What did Holly say happened? I want to know from the beginning when they were separated, like she was in jail and he couldn't tell her, oh, self-defense, self-defense. He couldn't tell her that. What did she say happened? Did she say Romeca hit her? What side did she hit you on? See, that's how you could trick people too. Ask them little detailed questions. Oh, okay, which side? Because see, he may have said left, she may have said right. That's how you could trick people into getting the truth too, or notice inconsistencies. Because had they had time to talk about all of that part, because he went and told that part 2 hours later, allegedly, according to that paperwork. I don't know why it just had came to you. Was that after you went and changed the clothes? That was kind of late up in the day when all of this happened in the morning. So you probably had already went to change clothes, I'm thinking, and then said, oh, well, shoot, let me go say this part. Cause I don't know if they really believe me on the other part. Let me go. We got to make it look extra. We got to make it look like it was extra self-defense. Good morning, to Bless. She said, did you hear they exposed them? Yeah, I did hear about that. Remember, there will be pics of the road, any markings from any of those front of those cars. Yep. Hey, Doc, because Carla blocked her in and she would have hit his truck from the back if she didn't skirt and stop on the dime. That part. Okay. Can we make sure that's in the paperwork? Okay. How come the witnesses are saying she had to stop hard? Let's make sure we put All of that in the paperwork. Why did she have to stop so hard? Romeca was marked and this was planned. Justice for Romeca. But that security guard isn't going to let this go. He's going to stand by his statement, right? Because Carlos stopped in front of her. It was said he confronted her at the school before all of it happened. So I'm guessing he drove off first. She followed him and he stopped in front of her. That's what I was thinking too. Why did Carlos have an apartment in the same area as the school? I don't know. I mean, that part, I don't think it matters, that part. And that could have been another reason where it was good for him to go pick him up. He was close by, if Romeca was working or. So I don't think that part is a big factor. I would never be wearing matching outfits in prison. I'm just glad they get justice because Carlos full of okay. He must have snake Quadre for him to start telling. Yep, according to him. Okay. Romeca would never fight over a loose girl. Clock that, Tanya. Okay, girl. I wouldn't have put that in that document. Y'all we already know that's a big boldface. Some stuff y'all just gotta laugh at because it's so crazy. Like seriously. I just was shaking my head like, why is there even I wouldn't have used that part. It's not a good look. Okay. The witnesses have been standing 10 toes down because they saw enough to know that Holly and Carlos were harassing that girl. Right. Yes. Carlos is textbook delusional. Okay. I'm telling you, he still hasn't even. My thing is this. If Romeca was fighting over Carlos with Holly, why? Because we haven't even really seen Carlos even acknowledge Holly on his social media. Okay. We haven't even seen him say this my girl or, show. Now he did show that before he cleared his Facebook page, he did show that she popped up on him at a family event, and see that's not a good look either. You just popping up on folks. He didn't even invite you, So it was the pictures that they were taking. A lot of that Holly was sharing, but he wasn't. Okay. And he didn't even look like he was into her. Like, I'm just being honest. That's just my opinion. Okay. He didn't even look like he was into her like that. So I don't know. It just, that part just does not, it don't even line up. How many stories did Holly tell the police? I'm ready to hear that too. I'm ready to hear all of this. Okay, Cheryl, clock it. She had to give a statement to the investigator. I want to know what that statement was. One day, Carlos is going to go to court and they are going to lock his butt up, right? I thought that's why he was getting locked up the other day. I got too happy too soon. Okay. They said, because he was in a fight. Yeah, they were trying to protect him. Get off him. Here, let me put you in some handcuffs, put you in here. Okay, because they kicking your butt out here. Boy, get it together. Baby, they were making sure they found a pair of cuffs that day. Did you see the live with the lady that was in jail? No, I haven't. Where are the phones? We still trying to figure that out. Losing control or perceived increased loss of control increases violence. That's good. Good morning. All right, y'all. I am definitely going to have to get off. James Brown's the biggest red flag. I hope he found those dreads. Hey, Sienna, welcome. I still don't get it. In Michigan, the moment he would have said he was born of their baby daddies, both of their baby daddies, them rights would have been read. He would have never left that scene. That's what I'm saying too, Sienna. Girl, here, baby, y'all both going to jail. Okay, we'll figure this out. That's why it's such a red flag. That's why it's such a red flag that he did not go to jail that day. Even if they didn't keep him, okay, that day, because y'all both have blood on your hands, okay, you are both a part of this crime scene. Y'all are both going down until we figure this out. That's how it should have been. They would have caught a lot of the inconsistencies even in that moment. Both of them would have been in jail. Okay, but see, you got Carlos was able to go change clothes, go get more stories, things he can put in it, to make it look more like this is self-defense. Go tell the police, oh, let me tell y'all some more. 2 hours later, and to me, 2 hours later, I gotta look at that document again because 3:40 was not 2 hours later. Why so late in the day? Okay, now maybe I missed something, but it looked like the time was off too. I don't know. Hey, Miss Parker, good morning. Hey, Shelly. Hey, sis. Why was Carlos on the school campus that morning? He wasn't dropping off the son. Clock it. What was the reason? We want to know. Like I said, I can see the setup plain as day. Okay. Let's see here. A little lost, y'all. Yeah, he didn't have the new address. Narcissists enmesh themselves into your family. If anything, Holly was Carlos's feeling grudges. Not the beard. Okay. Althea said, if you saw innocent Carlos, why you begging folks to say something nice about you? Still, none of your people are saying anything good about you. The school said Carlos was parked behind the school before he pulled to the front, and the altercation started like he was waiting to see Romeca pull up. I could see that happening. Yep, I could see that. Shout out to Tanya for the super sticker and for being a sponsor for today's live. All right, y'all. So we will be back later on. Yes, going to jail. Okay. Hey, Lamar.
We don't have time for that.
My son said, baby, they trying to get a donut. He said, we don't have time for that. Shout out to Shelly Shells for the super sticker and for being a sponsor. Let's say, girl, look, the eyes. Girl, they're saying, come on, baby, we need a donut. Oh my God, but y'all make sure y'all tap the like. It is for free. Shout out to all of y'all on today. I appreciate the support. Make sure you set your notifications. We will be back later on where we can get a little deeper into this because there's some other stuff that I wanted to talk about as well with little Miss Hollywing. So we're going to get into that a little bit later. But thank y'all. Y'all have a happy Sunday. And until next time, be blessed. Bye-bye.